Hey guys, back with another Alliance War video. It's been a long time since I posted a video, almost a week now. The last thing I did was my live stream on Saturday, and I'm sorry about that. It's just I had a little bit of a trip, and it didn't really have a good opportunity to pre-record videos for release, during that trip. So it just kind of fell by the wayside. But we're back, and I've got tons of content to put out over the next week or so. So it's going to be great. What we've got here is a Falcon fight. People are still putting, I think what's happening with diversity is people are like, wow, every point counts, so we're going to try and maximize those diversity points. But I'm not so sure, I do think it's going to be important, but I think that diversity for diversity's sake is going to end up losing you more wars in the long run, and those 50,000 points for the win are pretty crucial. So I'm not exactly sure what the deal is, but we've actually faced these guys before, and I think they beat us the first time. I'm not sure, but I just recognize some of these names. But now I've got a Medusa fight on. I think this is enhanced ability stun immune. That was pretty interesting placement. What's going to happen with enhanced abilities means enhanced chance for auto block and parry. So what I have to do is wait out these Furies. It looks like she might have the Black Bolt synergy. I'm not sure. They're sort of expiring pretty slowly. So I'm just waiting. I do one hit right there, and then I just evade against the wall, trying to intercept. Almost got tagged. That would have been really bad. And then she only has one Fury up, so it's pretty safe. And I just hit into her block, to get her down. It's not going to trigger auto block, obviously. So that was a decent strategy. 4-star Medusa's still a good defender, but she's not the lethal threat that like a 565 Medusa is. So we've got here the infamous node 24. I'm expecting an Ultron on this node going into it, and let's see what it is. It's an Ultron. So it's an unduped Ultron. So what you have to do with an unduped Ultron is basically just attack into him. There's nothing to worry about. He's not going to heal up with his duped ability, which is actually really good versus Stark Spider-Man's L2. If the Ultron's high enough, he might be able to survive it. And the healing for 200% healing is nuts. It'll actually heal him. Basically, I'm just taking this pretty easy. I'm just going in. I'm not trying to build up to like some sort of crazy amount of poise charges and then hit an L2. The L1 is going to be good for me with the stun, and that's all I need to really worry about. So we get that 19 hits, on node 24 with that arc overload and healing and stuff. It's not that bad. So moving on to the next fight, we've got a Mystic Champion, zooming out, get some energy, come back into it. And the Mystic Champion is on, is this Power Shield node? I can't remember which node this is. Let's see if I check the node. Oh, it's the Power Gain. Okay, so Power Start 1 usually means magic. Because she'll gain a Limbo right at the start, most likely. And what that means is I was going to take an Archangel, but it ended up being a Mordo. And to be honest, I'm still pretty fine with that. Mordo is pretty susceptible to Archangel, mostly because if you put a Neurotoxin on him, you can kind of get around the Astral Evade. And so also if Neurotoxin stuns him, you can attack into him, and then he just sits back and he literally is just dying. So it's no problem for Archangel there. And I mean, granted, this is a 455 Archangel, so people are dying really fast when he's in the fight. So let's see here. I think up next might be the Power Shield node. Yeah, I really like this node. I think I might have had an issue here. I was expecting enhanced special 2, and so I took in Spider-Man. I might have all my wars mixed up. Yeah, it's a Dormammu, so this is exactly what I wanted. I wanted Spider-Man. So the idea for me, what I'm doing is I need to build up my own power bar to 2 bars of power, and that way just launch a pretty wicked special 2. And I don't know why I didn't dexterity that. It worked out in my favor, but yeah, I let Spider-Man take the wheel there, and pretty ballsy move. and was able to dodge that special 2, luckily. But I got the Degen on me now, so it's time to launch the special 2, and it looks like I got the one crit I needed, and he goes down pretty quick. Any character with big specials is good for that node, but Stark Enhanced Spider-Man just really, his hits so hard on that node. So moving on, we've got, it looks like I need to build up some energy and wait for a node to get cleared. It's going to be this, this node is pretty fun. It's an unblockable special 2. And let me see what else. I think it's got brute force, breakthrough, brute force. Yeah, if the opponent hasn't landed a hit. So you have to play slightly aggressive. Tech champion, I was thinking Yondu with that unblockable special 2, but I wasn't sure what to expect. And it was another Ultron. And yeah, just Iceman is, he's at this point, when I recorded this war, he was still at 345. People who watch my channel will know that he's now at 455 for future wars. I did that for a Labyrinth run, so I knew that the Ultron was going to heal from the special 1 I did on him, but it was worth it to get the frostbite charges on. I'm having a lot of fun with my 5-star Iceman. Those frostbite charges are lethal. They do so much damage. If you can get a heavy off, like, oh, I should have done that right there. But if you can get a heavy off, they just do so much extra damage, and it's actually quite unbelievable. I think with my 5-star at 455 on the Abomination fight in Labyrinth, I was doing like sometimes 15,000 damage on a heavy attack as bonus damage, sometimes critting for like 3,000 or 4,000 as well. So it's pretty cool. So I'm just playing it really safe here, just letting those expire. Look at that, he's dropping down 2 or 3% each time, and there he goes. Nothing to it. So that's my path done. Now we've got time for mini bosses and boss fights, because I think I get some decent action during this war. So I think my officer told me that I had the best shot at this Juggernaut. It's the last mini boss, because he saw my Archangel, and I agreed with him. I was like, yeah, this Archangel can shut down that Unstoppable. You know, he just gets some neurotoxins on there. So I went in with Archangel, and it didn't go so well. I'm looking at some frames, a couple frames ahead. It's not looking good. So this kinetic reactor node, I have to get a little better at it, because he builds up to a special 1 extremely quickly, and I only get 1 bleed there, which is not unlucky. I'll take the 1 bleed. I get 3 more bleeds. I'm looking real good now. I get the poison. I just need to parry, but I'm not able to parry. I missed the parry. I think this is just my fault. I'm just not playing well. And I did that kind of as an emergency, and then I was like, okay, I have to bait the special 2. But then I forgot, I parried him, forgetting about his special 3. Because he got kinetic reactor. Okay, so I'm 455 champion. I'm going to survive this, but now he's unstoppable again. He's building up power. Archangel's got decent block proficiency, but I don't know what I did there. And then I ate the heavy, and it crit for almost 8,000 damage. That was just useless. I didn't do anything with Archangel there. I think Archangel is viable for that fight, but I'm gonna have to try a little again, doing something else. I definitely think that Unstoppable Colossus would be a good placement on that node as well. Unstoppable champions in general, probably. But Stark Enhanced Spider-Man, he's pretty good on this node, fighting it. Build up my strategy at least was to build up poise charges. I don't want to hit him too much, and then, you know, Mystic Dispersion, it's okay. I'm gonna let him go unstoppable. I should be able to taunt out those specials, and I want to taunt out the special 2 over the special 1 anyway. It's easier. So what I'm doing now is just I'm almost to top poise charges. I tried to get that 1 hit in, it didn't quite work. So I'm going to play a little more safer here, try and get an intercept rather than parry, because you know what, it's the kinetic reactor and he's just gaining power. And I'm doing this thing where I'm like coming in and hitting him at every opportunity I have, just one or 2 hits. And it seems to be working. I'm getting him down. I mean, I'm also going down in health, but you know, it's sort of a trade-off. And you'll see here at the end, a really interesting way to finish this fight, just get that special 1, and he got it down. And it was I'm gonna be seeing, you'll be seeing as well, a lot of Juggernauts on these nodes. I didn't actually get any boss action. It was just the mini boss. I thought I'd gotten the boss. So now it's a magic, and when it's a magic these days, we save it for PETA, who's got the blade. And so we ended up winning this war. I think this was our first war of the season. And nope, season points 700,000. I don't know. I don't know what's going on there. Maybe it was our first war. It was with the multiplier. It's good. It was a good first war. We did really well, and they they beat us in diversity, as you probably saw in some of the other fights, but it wasn't enough. And so Odin's Almighty's off to a really good start in the war season, and I've got the other two wars coming pretty soon. So take care, guys.